I'm about to destroy my entire Gucci collection. All of this over here, see all that right there? I'm about to take scissors to it. See this? Yeah. As a millionaire, $5,000 handbag.
That was murdered.
On the news, Kanye West had amplified the pedophilia going on underground in high brands corporation. This was known when a picture from Balenciaga showing kids holding teddy bears in bondage, and people began to speak about Balenciaga.
About the Balenciaga situation, right? So that just shows you all of these celebrities out here, don't let them influence you in any way, because they're controlled by the people who really influence the world. There's no such thing as a celebrity influencer. We saw Adidas freeze my accounts. We saw me get debanked. And you think, if that can happen to someone like me, what's happening to all of America? What's happening to all the world? And the world saw it, and no one's saying anything. None of the celebrities, this just shows you all celebrities are controlled.
Everybody shuts up about that. And nobody ever wants to talk. The same thing with like Balenciaga talking about the bondage with the kids. Are you going to convince Kim to not wear the Balenciaga anymore? Because, you know.
I think that not wearing certain brands is not going to solve trafficking, any form of trafficking. It's deeper than a logo on a brand. It just so happens that, you know, Balenciaga is being called out, but I'm saying let's call that out. Let's call everything out.
Yes.
Let's call it all out. Let's call it all out, baby.
That's what we got to do. Call it all out and get it all out in the light.
A video has emerged of a woman who said she is not standing for pedophilia, and she has decided to burn all her expensive Gucci shoes, clothes, bag, anything that has Gucci has been destroyed by this particular woman. When she was confronted, she said, "Why will you give shit to homeless people?" When asked, "Why don't you donate this expensive commodity to the poor?"
I'm about to destroy my entire Gucci collection. All of this over here, see all that right there? I'm about to take scissors to it. See this? Yeah. As a millionaire, $5,000 handbag isn't a big deal to me. But as somebody whose childhood was stolen from her by a pedophile, who had to go through a lifetime of misery because nobody stood up for me, here's the fun thing. I'm going to keep my Louis because we've already studied it's a different company. But if you find anything about Louis Vuitton, I'll gladly do that. Here I've got about $20,000 worth of stuff. So this is a Gucci handbag that I just bought a couple weeks ago. I wish I had known sooner. I can always buy anything I want. But I sure as fuck, in Jesus' name, do not want pedophiles' craftsmanship in my life. If my voice sounds funny and a little sloppy, it's because I just had a tooth surgery and my mouth is frozen. And I was sitting here talking to God about this, and I was like, you know, I don't usually like doing stuff like this publicly, but it seems like half the Christians I know who are in leadership don't have any balls, and they lost their fucking mind and their mouth. So, here's a pair of shoes. Yep. There's no way. That's like me wearing clothing that a pedophile who destroyed the first 4 years of my life had created. I hope this pair of scissors is going to last this whole broadcast. If not, I'll get a different pair. Somebody said, why don't you donate it to the poor? Do I want the poor wearing something? Do you see my mouth is partly frozen from my tooth thing? Do I want the poor wearing something that a pedophile created? Are you fucking kidding me? This is like having shit. It's like me taking a shit. Oh, I'm not going to censor this. It's like me taking a shit and putting it on a plate and saying, here, because you're homeless.
I remain your host, Chimerize Henry, and with me is Kelechi Achafo. So, Kelechi, what do you have to say concerning this matter?
For me, I would say that I think I'm shocked but not surprised. So it's a known thing that underground, every what's the word, a brand, every agency always has this pedophilia issue or child sexual assault or the rest of them. It's always gonna be in for it. But what shocks me the most is the deflection of Balenciaga and Gucci trying to sue what's the word, their designers, like counter suing their designers for as high as $25 million and saying that they were not what's
Sorry, you're on mute. We can't hear you.
sorry. Yeah, no, you can't hear me. So that they were what's the word, that they were not carried along in the process. And I just found that absolutely ridiculous. You own up to your issues and you try and sort things out.
They were not carried along in what process? In the process of pedophilia or in the process of the...
No, in the process of the picture. They said the pictures being released, they were just pictures to destroy their image and they were not really involved. That was their this time. They were suing the designers. I can't remember their name already.
Is Balenciaga telling us that they do not have a standard in processing all their photo shoot? They don't have managers or even social media managers that go through all these, ideas before executing them. Are they saying they don't also have officers who go through payments for all these photo shoots?
I doubt standards in most of these most of what brands, because what they're interested in is making more. I think that's what Balenciaga is interested in. How many sales they have, how many. I'm sure they might even have gone through the table of the CEO, and he might not even have enough time to look at the pictures or even look at them well. All he cares about is how many have we sold, are we topping the charts, are we number one in the the fashion brand. And this is the wake-up call for most of the brand. This is just very, very absurd, and just the pictures are nothing to write home about. But this woman destroying the bags is also another issue. She has said that this is her money to her. She doesn't care. It's like she giving shit to the poor people.
But like before we go into this conversation, sorry viewers, this video may be actually long because I want details. I want us to treat these details very well. Let's go into people who say pedophilia is part of the LGBTQ community, the alphabet community. What do you have to say to people who say such? And most people who are part of the queer community who are saying pedophilia is the plus in the queer community.
We know that those people they need to be arrested and need to be checked. Pedophilia has no place in the LGBT community. Pedophilia has no place anywhere in the world. Children are gifts from God, and children should be protected. I've always had that mentality.
So to those who say what is the plus in the queer community, what is your response to that?
The plus, I feel like to me, the plus is becoming ridiculous these days, because people will say, oh, the plus is asexual, when you can actually be straight and asexual. They will tell you the plus is demisexual. You can be straight and demisexual. They will tell you the plus are just trying to add up different things. Absolute bunk. For me, I feel like it's the L, B, G. Even the T is being doubted these days, because you can be trans and straight. You can be trans and only want to sleep with straight people and not want to have anything to do with the LGBT community. So I feel like the LGBT community needs to set its priorities right. But pedophilia has no place in the LGBT community. I think that is my own and I can agree with that. But the woman, so you finally before I round up and go out, you get a shot at it too. The woman that actually destroyed the Gucci bag, I feel like she was just being childish and just doing it for the gram. She does not really care about whether children are being affected or not, because I feel like if she truly cared, what she would have done was sold all those bags or get those bags auctioned and carry that money and actually invest it in all these NGOs that are tackling pedophilia.
So you're indirectly saying that she should sell she should sell this brand that is promoting pedophilia and take the money and give to the poor. So who is going to buy these pedophilia brands?
When she destroyed it, it was just like almost a waste of money. What she did was just destroy it and wasted the money.
Can't you see that? Can't people say that is her dignity?
Chimerize. For me, I would say this before I finalize. Let us stop. One thing I'm not impressed with is the hypocrisy of many people in the world, or doing things for the glam, doing things for the TikTok, for social media. If they truly care about fighting pedophilia, what you do, you invest in mechanisms to fight pedophilia, invest in NGOs, invest in charity organizations, invest in crime fighting, bands that want to tackle pedophilia, that protect the girl child or the boy child, whoever child it is. That's what I would expect you to do. So I expect her to give money to those kind of organizations. And I feel like the good way would have been to sell up those bags, no matter how cheap she sold them. But I know no matter how cheap they were going to go, they were not going to go for less than each of them for $1,000, and invest it in NGOs and charitable organizations that fight for the right of children. And that's what I would have expected. Not she just doing that thing for the glam. I felt like she did it for the glam, and I'm not impressed. Anything done for the glam is just whitewash and social media paparazzi for me. But Chimerize, over to you.
And I just have one other thing to say. There was another video of a popular known celebrity that came out to make a statement that says that there is pedophiles in every industry, every society. The issue is not the issue is not with the brands, but the issue is a man's issue. What do you have to say finally before I put my own ideas?
Yeah, that's the truth. I think that's what I started with. Every brand, every has had the scandals. Is it McDonald's, Unilever, Walmart, KFC, you name it. They've always had, even the biggest shows, even because they're still facing, what's the word? The crimes for not pedophilia, but I would say sexual assault. If we're putting the umbrella. So sometimes it's not pedophilia, it's just sexual assault. So every brand always has this sexual assault case. But it's the brand, the way some brand tackles it shows more accountability than others. This brand, as far as I'm concerned, Balenciaga showed no accountability. All they tried to do was just deflect, pushing the blame to their, what's the word, their designers and the rest of them, the people in charge of the, the media, campaign organizers and the rest of them.
Our sector, their media sector.
Oh no. Yeah, the media sector and the campaign, the campaign managers and the rest of it. It doesn't make sense to me. Own up to your issues. If you fucked up, you fucked up. Apologize to the public, try and do something about it and make sure that mistakes never happen again. It was just an eyesore for me. 30 years having the bondage and the fact that kids were holding them, not even adults. Come on, it was just too much for me. Maybe trying to be creative, but sometimes there's a thin line between creativity and just looking absolutely stupid and absolutely nuts, and you've lost it all. That's it for me.
For me, I feel it's the hypocrisy in society. We have seen the Catholic Church with reverend fathers and children having sexual assaults and having sexual, sexual assault charges. The Roman Catholic Church still stands to today. They still have altar boys. They still have kids in these convents who have been sexually molested by the Catholic Church. Nobody has said, let us stop going to the Roman Catholic Church. Nobody has said, let us sanction the Roman Catholic Church. Even the Roman Catholic Church, as we speak right now, in Canada, it is well known that the Catholic Church sponsored the killing of indigenous children. And we saw the Pope come and he said few words, and we feel this will bring reconciliation. I feel it's the hypocrisy for us. This has been happening. The only reason that people are talking about it is because now someone has pointed to it being an issue. It has always been there in the society. So the question is, why are people talking about it now? It has always been there. Most people are talking about it to defame or disassociate themselves from it, but they are the main sponsors of these pedophiles. So I feel, I think the last time we had this conversation, we talked about the web where we see child pornography. As we are talking now, there are people in groups with child pornography everywhere. There are people who have child laborers, child workers in different countries, in India, in Africa, even in Kenya, where there are mouths. So when it is profitable for these rich people...
Germany alone had, I remember the news that we did, Germany alone had just, Germany, one country had 500,000 plus subscribers. More than 500,000.
For child pornography.
Subscribe to child porn. Yes, subscribe to child pornography. So
in short,
it's an issue.
There was a news of in America that was on Fox News where the police stopped an immigration bus and got in and began a search and discovered that they were a bunch of girls, immigrants, children being shipped to a foreign land, human trafficking, sponsored by taxpayers' money. So when the people in authority are the ones sponsoring this, nobody talks about it because they have the power to do and undo. And I think this is where we need to start saying the truth. When it's profitable for us, we will not speak about it. It has been profitable for Balenciaga for a long time. Now it looks like the table is turning around. Everybody wants to look for who to be blamed. I think we as a society, we are at the point of society where we don't even know what is right anymore. That is the honest truth. We don't know. We cannot differentiate between what is good and what is bad. We cannot even differentiate between what makes sense and what does not make sense. Everything becomes a trend. Everything becomes profitable as long as you are paying your tax, as long as everybody is getting their own cut of profit. And I feel as those who support Balenciaga and those who wear Balenciaga, the best thing to do is to disassociate yourself from the brand. But child pornography still remains one of the most terrible things that can happen to humanity.